up, my fishing friends? Thanks for clicking on the video. We got another good one today as I get nearer and nearer to leaving for Clear Lake. And it's just 36 hours away now. I got one more day of work to survive. Still haven't been to the grocery store to get all my food and all that. So gonna have to make some time somewhere. Right now I chose to make a video for you. All right, so today's video is going to be glide baits. Don't click off, okay? This is glide baits for everybody. This little gem is just that, okay? And it can be fished on a variety of rods. You probably already have something. If you got cranking rods, this is what I'm gonna rig it on. It's an iRod Gen 3 7.6. It's the 763 Crank Launch Junior. The rating's on there says 3/8 to 3/4. Trust me, it has no problem throwing this little 1 ounce bait. What is this little 1 ounce bait? Well, it's this little gem right here. And this is a Savage Gear 3D Shine Glide. Put it the right way for you. And if you look at the finishes on this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off of it, but they're quite incredible. The detail and the look. And here's the beauty. These things are 20 bucks, okay? They're pretty small. They're the 135 Shine Glide, which I think is 5 1/4 inches. Yep, 5 1/4 inches. Says it's 1 ounce. Let me clear the scale off here and I'll tell you if that's true. But these things are phenomenal, okay? Especially this time of year when they're chasing the shad. You get up around those docks. It is 0.9. Yep. 0.9. So just under an ounce. Fair enough to round it up to an ounce. It's not heavy. Okay, pretty much any crank rod on the heavy, medium heavy side is going to be able to toss this, okay? Now, where am I going to throw this bait? It is small, so it's not necessarily something you'll fish really fast. It's going to be more target oriented, like a lot of other things that we're fishing right now, the spinner bait, the chatter bait, jigs, if you're throwing a minnow bait, something like that, a fluke, same type of stuff. It's still the beginning of fall. These fish are going to be up around docks, hard cover, tule edges, bulrushes, wood, brush, those kinds of things. Dying weed edges, okay? This is a great thing to throw right down the weed edge. And this bait is really easy to work. You can cast it out and reel it back. Vary with the speed. You can twitch it and walk it. I personally have found that it works pretty good. Just chunk and wind, stop every once in a while, twitch it every once in a while. Just vary your retrieve like everything else we're fishing this time of year. But this is a great way to get some confidence throwing glide baits. And let me tell you, it's really not, look, if we compare to this deep diver here, this is a 25-foot Berkeley dredger. I think you're going to find that pretty similar, right? Pretty close. Very realistic. That's the beauty of this, right? You've got a very normal sized bait fish here. And when you're slow swimming it, twitching it, making it look like it's struggling, it's going to get eaten, okay? Now, one thing you want to make sure of, and you heard me mention a crank rod. Reason is this is a hard bait. And we want the parabolic bend in the rod to help us assist in getting fish to the boat, which means the rod needs to bend and move. If you have a fast action rod, there's not as much movement. A surge or a jump and head shake from the fish can throw the bait. So Just get yourself some sort of medium heavy crank rod, and you're ready to go with the old Shine Glide. Now, as mentioned, this one's 20 bucks, and this is what I want to tell guys that kind of want to get into glide baits. The reason they don't throw them is because of the expense. The Shine Glide by Savage Gear are actually really good buys for the money, okay? This 5 1/4, there's a 7.5, maybe almost 8-inch one. It's only a few bucks more, and it's actually another very good chunk and wind, twitch type of glide bait. So it's a good way to get your feet wet without breaking the bank if you want to get into it and try it. They work, they catch fish. If you want to see the bigger one, check out some of Greg Blanchard's videos, the kayak guy. He throws the bigger Shine Glide and is self-proclaimed. He's not a glide bait fisherman, but man, I'll tell you what, he's caught some big ones on it. And just recently, he caught a big one on the California Delta, which is a tidal fishery, throwing it along the weed edges. Fishing line on this one I'm going to throw 14, 15 pound test. Nothing too big. It's just the action, it's going to maintain its action better. If you get into the bigger one, you can go to a bigger line up to 20. But generally with glide baits, and I know this seems counterproductive, but your average size glide baits, say up to 7 inches. The lighter line you can throw them on, the better the action. So if you can stick to that 16, 18 pound and down, you're going to be in good shape. Now, that does affect where you throw it, maybe how you fight the fish. But hey, it's just like fishing a crankbait, really, when it comes to fighting the fish. Okay, these here on the opposite end of the spectrum, I'm a little more nervous about throwing. That's the DRT Clash, okay? This is the tiny Clash. There you see the size difference. Okay, this is a bit heavier and more expensive. This bait is closer to 80 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. And that's a bigger one. All right, anyway, glide baits are a lot of fun, folks. And this little Savage Gear 5 1/4 inch, honestly, to me, is more like fishing a crankbait, but you get the benefit of the glide bait, the action of the glide bait. This time of year, when those fish are around that hard cover and you're looking for a way to get them to bite, the Savage Gear Shine Glide is a good way to go. Good one to try. I'll be fishing it this weekend on Clear Lake. Look for some video of that to come. Hopefully I can show you guys a whole lot of video, because that means I was catching a whole lot of fish, and that is the idea. Sean the Average Angler, thanks for watching. We're going to see you on the next one.